Well, we start with some impressive video of a thunderstorm moving east slowly from the Cascades. At that point, it was right over East Wenatchee and it arrived with a bang tonight. Viewers all across eastern and central Washington sent in their photos and videos. This one right over the Palouse earlier this evening. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. It's
been a pretty impressive storm. It's good to have you with us tonight. I'm Whitney Ward. We know the storm is now here. It's coming as we have also got a red flag warning in effect, as well as a severe thunderstorm warning. So we're going to get to some of our best video that you have been sending in to us tonight. KREM 2 viewer sent this video of lightning over the Palouse. Pretty incredible shots of lightning all across the region. We started seeing the strikes right around 9 o'clock tonight, and they came in fast.
Boy, did they. Here's what it looked like over downtown Spokane earlier tonight. Take a look at that. All this lightning followed then by strong winds and rains, gusts up to 60 miles per hour.
People all across central and eastern Washington under that severe thunderstorm warning right now. Spokane, Kootenai, Pend Oreille, and Bonner counties all under severe thunderstorm warnings. That lasts until 10:30 tonight. Red flag warnings also still in effect. So we want to get straight to meteorologist Thomas Patrick. He's been watching all of this tonight, keeping track of it. There's a lot to keep track of though right now.
Yeah, severe thunderstorm warnings and red flag warnings, two main weather headlines, but we'll focus entirely on the severe weather aspects of this. And let me just say that this is by far the most impressive lightning display that we have seen in 2019. That came through very quickly, got some downpours and some strong winds for about 10 or 15 minutes time, and now this is all continuing into North Idaho primarily. So two severe thunderstorm warnings that I want to hit on. One is that one for Kootenai and Bonner County, including Athol and the Sandpoint area. That goes until 10:30. There's also one more to the north for mostly Bonner and Boundary County, including Bonner's Ferry. That goes until 11 o'clock tonight. So that means I think after 11 o'clock, the worst will be behind us. But let me just say that this is going to have some very strong winds associated with it. Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, has been doing some tree damage and causing some power outages in and around the area. I saw at least one from Deer Park earlier today. Sounds like there could be something out of Coeur d'Alene as well. We'll check in on those reports in a moment. But here's the timeline for the worst of those storms to move through. Sandpoint about 10:23 or so, and Bonner's Ferry right at about the top of the hour at 11 o'clock. But remember, it's just a whole lot of cloud to ground lightning. And when I put on some of these storm reports, those are wind gust reports of about 60 miles per hour or damage reports, including power outages between Spokane, Deer Park, and the Coeur d'Alene area. So that is the severe weather aspect. And then on top of that, we have the red flag warning, which is the wildfire danger, because any kind of lightning strike can certainly ignite wildfires, especially with the lack of a tremendous amount of rainfall. It sounds like it's raining good, but definitely not the wettest thunderstorms that we've seen all year. So we'll continue to give you the latest storm track and when we could see still yet a few more showers and storms for the rest of this evening. More on that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Thomas, thank you. We also just got off the phone with Spokane Fire Chief Brian Schaefer. That was just about 15 minutes ago. He says their crews are slammed right now. They're responding to a variety of different calls from structure fires, trees down, power lines down. It's a lot right now.
Yeah, just a lot across the scanner this evening. But Schaefer says they were prepared for tonight's weather and did have a plan in place to respond.
We saw what I would call a surge in brush fires, structure fires, power lines down. And at this point, we're keeping up with the volume. There were well over 20 fires at the same time throughout the jurisdiction that really did tax the resources. But, you know, collectively, we're working together with our boundary-less response to use resources that are available.
An incredible amount of damage all around the area right now. He also said that they are ready to call in additional crews if needed as we prepare for that second round of storms to come in the early hours of the overnight morning hours. For
Fingers crossed for nothing major.
Exactly.
Right?
Also right now about 13,000 Avista customers are without power. That's on mostly Spokane South Hill, but there are other areas as well. 5 to 6 clusters of outages with 1,000 to 2,000 customers out each. Avista is expecting most of them to be back up by 1:15 or so in the morning.
It didn't just start tonight. In fact, earlier today, firefighters contained a small brush fire just west of Spokane off I-90 near Granite Lake Road by 4 Lakes. Firefighters say a truck carrying hay caught fire and it quickly spread to nearby brush and then it burned about an acre or so.
And because of the hot, dry conditions, there is going to be a burn ban that will go into effect in the Spokane area tomorrow. It will stay in place until further notice. Unauthorized burning could land you a fine of up to $1,000 and 90 days in jail.
Of course, the severe thunderstorm warnings continue. We will continue to cover tonight's severe weather all throughout the show, as well as on our website, which of course is krem.com, and our social media platforms. In the meantime, we would love to see any pictures or video you guys take and send in if you're able to do so safely. We've seen a lot of those tonight, and they are impressive.
Incredible, for sure.
Well, aside from the power outages affecting people's homes, our crews tell us several stoplights downtown are out as well. We want to get straight to our Casey Decker. He's out live in the mobile storm tracker this evening for an update on the situation out there. Casey?
Yeah, guys, it is a really interesting scene out here. We're seeing a lot of traffic lights that are completely dead, and some street lights too. I'll go ahead and flip the camera here on the storm trackers. You can try to see out in front. You can see there are still some lights that are on, but when we turn left here onto what I believe is 2nd Avenue here, you'll see that there is a series of lights that are out right now, and it's a pretty scary situation. The safest route obviously is to, first of all, not be on these roads if you can avoid them. The second safest route is to treat all of these as four-way intersections. Now, we have seen some people not doing that. We've seen some people just kind of bursting through these intersections here, and that's very scary, very dangerous. On the other hand, we have also seen a number of residents out with flashlights kind of trying to direct traffic here, and so that's been pretty helpful as well. But downtown right now looks just it's a very bizarre scene, quite frankly, so hopefully Avista will be able to get these lights back on as soon as they can. Mark, Whitney?
Casey kind of touched on it, but if you come to an intersection where there are no working lights, treat it as a four-way stop, right?
And I know, again, when I talked to the fire chief here in Spokane, he said that some instances, like power lines that are down but aren't posing an imminent threat, will be, further down on the list for them to try to get to, because there are so many other things like structure fires and active situations that need more attention. So this could certainly go on for quite a few hours, even if the storm has passed.
Right, and it's worth repeating, if you do come across or see a down line, just stay away from it, right?